And that's why I think it's a good time to learn some grammar. Now did I stammer? Work on that grammar. You should know when it's less or it's fewer. Like people who were never raised in a sewer. I hate these word crimes. Like I could care less. That means you do care. At least a little. Be a moron. Hey, you better slow down.
Okay, so our topic is thesis formulation. I'm gonna give you a setting. Okay, for example, setting is coffee shop. You're together with your friends. You're having coffee after watching this really great film called General Luna, and you're talking about how good it is, the actors, cinematography, the plot, historical information you didn't know before, and suddenly one of your friends blurted out, "Oh, hey guys, Makiling is actually a volcano, not a mountain." Okay, what would you feel? Okay, it's actually okay because we have friends like that who's totally off. But then you kind of get pissed off or pisses you off a bit because it's totally unrelated to what you were talking about. This is exactly the same feeling your readers get if you fail to have a thesis in your writing. So a thesis statement is so important because it gives your paper a clear focus to guide your readers, okay? So that's why we need to study, okay, thesis statement. And in academic writing, it simply is the sentence in an article that contains the focus and tells the reader what the paper is going to be about. It's the destination, okay? If your outline is the map, and all the details in the outline will be leading to one destination, and that is the thesis statement. Why is there a need for a thesis statement? Aside from that, maybe it's better to remember, easier to remember the soft, okay, concept by Donald Murray. What does that mean? A thesis statement follows the principle of soft, which is say one fun thing. Okay? I didn't say the word because I don't use cuss words. Actually I do, but in Filipino because it sounds better, right? Anyway, so say one fun thing, and that one thing in academic writing is what we call a thesis. Okay, so your paper must be saying one fun thing. Okay, so how do you write a thesis statement? The assumption is you've already done your pre-writing strategies. Of course, you've read materials about your topic, the topic that you're going to write. You've brainstormed, maybe use out clustering, mind mapping, free writing. What else? So, after doing all that, reading and researching, now time to write your paper, your thesis, and it will depend on the kind of paper. So if your paper is analytical, when you say analytical, you break down an issue or an idea into its component parts and then evaluate it. And then what you present to your audience is the breakdown and evaluation. So an example is an analysis of the college admission process reveals one challenge facing counselors, accepting students with high test scores or students with strong extracurricular background. So note the author's intention. What you want to do here is to analyze the process itself and explore the challenges facing the counselor. So this is largely exploratory. You begin with a question and then you try to answer that by breaking down all the issues or all the ideas related to the issue. It's another thing if your goal is to write an expository paper, because an expository paper simply explains something to the audience. Okay? So, for example, the life of the typical college student is characterized by time spent studying, attending class, and socializing with peers. So here, you're no longer analyzing something because you already have answers. So, you will simply explain typical college student. So you have 3 support here. Time spent studying, explain that. Attending classes, socializing with peers. Okay. Another type, this one is more challenging. is the argumentative paper, because in an argumentative paper you are making a claim about a topic and you want to defend this claim using evidences. Okay, your goal is to convince the audience that your claim is true based on the strength of your evidence. So here you have you're trying to persuade or convince or argue or debate. Okay, so example, high school graduates should be required to take a year off to pursue community service projects before entering college in order to increase their maturity and global awareness. So you have your topic, requirement to take a year off to pursue community service. Should be, that means it is your position or your point of view. And then reason, why do you think that way? In order to increase their maturity and global awareness. So this is an example of an argumentative thesis statement. Okay, so we will focus on argumentative writing. Apart from this is the challenging one. This will also be used in Eng2 because you'll be writing their position papers, library research papers, and these are argumentative in nature. Now, for the thesis statement, it's actually an assertion of belief, attitude, or judgment that you have about your topic. Again, this is for argumentative. So you have to have a stand or point of view on the issue. Pick an issue, a debatable one, and it has to be contentious, controversial. Okay, that's why we call it an issue. Okay, basic requirements for a thesis statement in an argumentative paper. I again have this acronym. Sorry, I have so many acronyms. I can't help it because they're very easy to remember. So you have TPOVs. TPOVs. T stands for topic. There you should have a topic. POV stands for your point of view, your main assertion or your claim. And then it has to use specific language and not vague words. And finally, your claim should have clearly stated support. So TPOVs, topic, point of view, specific, supporting details. So example, if you have your public transportation has many advantages, you just have a main topic, actually it's still broad, public transportation, but then you don't have a support and it's not that clear. So if you want to improve that, you say investing in public transportation pays strong benefits in environmental quality, economic development, and social interaction. So this way, once you have your thesis, you're now ready to make your outline because you have the main divisions, which are benefits in terms of environment, in terms of economic and social interactions. Another example, a revised basic curriculum in the Philippines is needed. Why? You don't have the support. So you have to improve that. Okay. This one is the reason. You want to focus on the reason. So maybe this is exploratory. In order to, are analytical. In order to address the problems associated with deteriorating reading, writing, and mathematical skills. So premise, these are the scenario or why, reasons why a revised basic curriculum is needed. Okay, now that you know about the POVs, maybe you can work on the following: stem cell therapy. So we have an activity, read about stem cell therapy first. Just Google it or read wiki. And based on your schema, evaluate the following thesis statements. You be the judge. So the question is, do the following thesis statements meet the criteria of an effective thesis? Does it follow or adhere to the TPOV's principle? So, right answers, get your paper and pen, 1/2 crosswise yellow paper. Number it 1 to 12 because we have 12 thesis statements. Then choose. Your answer will be acceptable, not acceptable. You don't need to cite your reason. Just write acceptable or not acceptable. And you'll submit your answers next meeting. By next, I mean September 29 to October 1. And make sure, please be honest because I will also explain the answers. So do not change your answers because it won't mean anything. If you change it, you're just, right, fooling yourself. Okay. So first 6, pause the video right now. Okay, 7 to 12, pause the video right now and write, think about your answers and write acceptable or unacceptable. Okay, hi again. Was that tough? Okay, if yes, then take your coffee break because you deserve it. Coffee, a cup of coffee will be nice. Okay, now let's go to the answers. Stem cell therapy denies the right of human to quality life. Sorry, unacceptable. This one is unacceptable because there are no supporting details. It's just like there are no supporting details. You just have the topic stem cell therapy and a point of view, but it's vague. Okay, so unacceptable. Number two, stem cell treatment and research should be pursued because of its benefits and undeniable wonders. This one is promising because you have topic stem cell treatment and research. However, you have your claim, your point of view should be pursued. But look at your supporting details, your support, because of its benefits and undeniable wonders. Benefits, so vague. Wonders, undeniable, also vague. So when I say vague, ambiguous if it can be interpreted in so many ways. Because in academic writing, especially argumentative, we need to be precise. So it's better if you specify the benefits, like if you have at least 2 or 3. Okay, and you may do away with undeniable wonders because it sounds so arbitrary. Okay. Number 3, stem cells play a significant role in today's technology because they have much potential that man can use in many ways. Also unacceptable. Significant role. What exactly? Today's technology is so broad. Is it medicine? You didn't even mention that it's for medical purposes. Like technology can include transportation, communication, etc. Potential is also vague. Many ways. Why not say it? So say it instead of just telling, describing. Number 4, stem cell therapy must not be considered in treating diseases because the procedure for harvesting the cell is unethical. For support, or first reason, the guarantee of a successful operation is minimal. Second, the act itself defies natural law. Third, so you have here the topic, the point of view, the support, and they're very specific. So number 4 is a very good example of a thesis statement. 5, stem cell therapy is an intervention strategy that introduces new adult stem cells into damaged tissue in order to treat disease or injury. If you answered unacceptable, very good. Why? Because this is simply a definition. Okay? So a definition doesn't need, you cannot really expound on that in an article or in an essay. You can use it as supporting detail, but not as a thesis statement. Number 6, given sufficient research and development, stem cell application in medicine must be pursued. So you have the topic and the point of view because its potential in saving lives outweighs the ethical issues. Okay, so we can, I guess, this can be acceptable because you are expected to discuss how its potential in saving lives outweighs the ethical issues. So you're expected to discuss the ethical issues as well. Number 7, stem cell therapy, despite its promising features, reflects on unethical process. Okay, so this is lacking, unacceptable because this is lacking in support. Number 8, the use of stem cell is an immoral and unethical deed because it is against God's words. Therefore, it should not be practiced. So you can see here the topic, the point of view, and the support. However, what makes it unacceptable is the main premise, the main reason, main claim, because you used God's words. And if you are writing an argumentative paper, you are actually engaging the readers in a discourse. Maybe you're eliciting a response. And the moment you use God's words, you can consider it as the end all and be all, then you are not giving the other party or the readers perhaps a chance to offer his response. So it's like it's a closed issue. Nothing can be said about it because you based your argument using God's words. That's what makes it unacceptable. So in academic writing, let's be open to ideas, all ideas. Okay. Number 9, because stem cell therapy raises ethical concerns such as the defying of natural occurrences of life and the fact that one is to prioritize one life over the other, such medical procedure must be prohibited. Very clear, quite complete, TPOBs is observed, acceptable. Number 10, stem cell therapy is one of the most advanced ways of treating diseases which can lead us into better solutions to cure serious ailments. Oh, this one is unacceptable. How many vague words can you find? Most advanced, better solutions, serious ailments. This sounds like a motto or a company ad. So, no. 11. Sacrifice of a potential life is justified if this means alleviation of suffering and treatment of diseases of the greater majority. Sounds correct, but what is missing here? Yeah, okay. If you answered unacceptable, then you have a very keen attention to detail because this thesis failed to mention the topic stem cell itself. Okay. Number 12, many researchers believe that stem cell treatments have the potential to change the face of human disease and alleviate suffering. This is just a supporting detail. Why? Because we cannot see your point of view here. You're just saying what many researchers believe. So it's just a statement of facts. Okay, so how did you do? Are you pleased? Happy with your assessments? Okay, if you got most answers right, like 10 over 12 or 12 over 12, then good job, very good. You understand the concept of thesis statement. If not, then we can talk more about it in class. Okay, now you use the structure of your thesis statement to guide the organization of your outline. So if you're given this thesis statement, okay, then you are expected to, you can now break down, very easy to break down the topics or the main division. So first, if this is your thesis, you will explain about the controversial use in medicine, reasons, you already have it in your thesis, so you use it as your subtopics A, B, or C, and finally, alternative to stem cell therapy as a way of concluding your essay. Okay, we've talked about making your point, what is your point, but please, in real life, please be reminded that in reality, in the way we relate with people, we can learn from Saint Augustine. This is from the City of God. He said, no reason can be given for a man to philosophize other than that he be happy. Okay, so there's no point philosophizing or having a thesis or your main idea except in view of happiness. So if your thesis is different, if you meet someone whose thesis is different from yours, the keyword is respect. Okay, that's it. I hope you have a good day today. Goodbye and see you in class.